How often should you post on Instagram? For people that are starting to become more active on the platform because they finally understand how important it is, they're always wondering this. They're always wondering, should I post every day? Should I post once a week? How often should I post in order to get the best results? So what I want to share with you is the right answer to that, the answer that's proven based on my results as well as other people. And it's going to be an answer that you're probably not expecting. So I'm excited to get into this with you and share what the answer is to that question, whether you're just getting started or if you are pretty big and just want to get more active on it. So let's get straight into it, share with you how often you should be posting on Instagram in 2020. What's up, guys? My name is Mike Sherrod. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, if you're new to my channel, welcome. All that I ask in return, if you do get value from this video, is one of these. I appreciate a thumbs up for giving you guys as much content as humanly possible based on proof, not theory. So let's get straight into it. How often should you be posting on Instagram? Now, this answer is a bit unorthodox, but it's going to be something that's going to make a world of a difference for your social media platforms, not just on Instagram, but across the board. We're just going to dive into Instagram in this case. Now, there's a vague answer and then there's a more tactical answer. We're going to talk about the vague answer first, then get into the tactical specifics after this. So the vague answer is posting as often as you can consistently commit to. Now, here's the reason that I'm saying that is because I get a lot of people that reach out to me. Maybe they watch a Gary Vaynerchuk video and see post some more, post over here, post over there. And then they just want to say, well, I'm going to start posting every single day for the next 6 months or the next year. And after the first 10 days, they run out of content. And then they realize that they're going from posting every day to not posting at all for a couple of weeks. And they just hurt themselves in the end. So the answer to this in terms of the vague response is to post as often as you can consistently commit to for the next year. Now, there's a reason for that. Instagram cares more in 2020 about quality over quantity. Now, that's not just quality in terms of the image, in terms of the quality of the graphic of the video or the editing or anything like that. It cares about also the quality of the caption and the description in that to make sure that you're providing value to your actual audience. So if you can only commit to posting 3 times a week, maybe it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but you can consistently post valuable content to your target audience every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the next year, then that's okay. You can do that and you can get great results with that. If you can post 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, that's incredible. That's even better. But make sure that you're not just posting with the sake of posting, because as soon as you start diluting the quality of your content, people are going to leave and people aren't going to engage as much. And ultimately, as the algorithm makes it a little bit harder for us to grow, stand out, and become relevant amongst the clutter of everybody else trying to do the same thing, you need to focus on how can you provide the most value to your audience humanly possible every single time that you make a post. If you're just getting started and you can only post twice a week, maybe a Monday, Friday, Monday, Thursday, or anything like that, but you can do that every single week for the next year with valuable, high quality content, then that's as often as you should be posting. So there's this mass misconception that you have to post every day to be relevant or multiple times a day, but there is a bit of a strategy that I like to blend in, so I'll share that with you right now. I like to post at least every Monday, Wednesday, Friday with very high quality content, but then I like to be very active every single day on Instagram stories. I think Instagram stories is the best way to maintain top of mind brand awareness and create more engagement with your group, because with your photos and your feed, sometimes it's hard for people to get to know the real you, especially if you're not integrating video, which you should be doing right now. Of course, in 2020, video is the best thing on any social media platform. But if you're just posting static images, it's really hard for people to get to know the real you. And ultimately, the ones that win on social media are the ones that create a loyal following and a tribe and a movement of people that are the 1,000 true fans that actually know who they are and are going to use their product or service. But Instagram stories is a great way to maintain that top of mind awareness as well as engagement that I like to do every single day. So my answer in terms of the vague is post as often as you can with high quality content as you're starting to become more active on the platform, and make sure that you have a content calendar so that it makes it easy for you. A lot of people struggle because it starts taking away from their income producing activities because they're trying to just flood the platform with content that's irrelevant. If you do want to get the best results, I suggest batching your content. So for me, I like to have a folder with all of my photos. I like to do all my video content well in advance, and that way I can just pull from stuff whenever I need to in order to make sure that I do post consistently with high quality content and then provide value in terms of the delivery as well as the content in the message. Now, the more specific answer that we want to get into is yes, it does help to post more often. So if you can post once every day or at least Monday to Friday, that is going to help you, because similar to any platform, the more frequently you're active on there and the more frequently people see you and are able to build up that like, know, and trust factor that we talked about previously, the better the results you're going to get are. But don't feel like you have to get straight into that. There's this, again, misconception, and it makes people feel overwhelmed that they feel like they have to post every single day. But that's really not the case. If you just post consistent content, people are going to start to become more familiar with you, and you're actually going to want to post more. And I think that's really going to help you grow in 2020. So hopefully that answers your question. Post as often as you need to in order to provide very valuable, actionable, tangible content to your target demographic, and that's going to help you build that top of mind awareness. And then over time, you can start to introduce more frequency. There is no one right answer, but the answer is ultimately making sure that you're providing quality, not just quantity, to your audience. And as soon as you get to the point or find yourself getting to the point where you're posting just for the sake of posting, that's exactly when you need to not post that photo and wait for another day where you do have something more valuable to provide to your audience. So thanks so much for tuning in. As always, hopefully that gives you the answer you're looking for and helps you grow in 2020. I do have a couple other videos on Instagram, which I'll link in the description below. Otherwise, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time.